So let's start with you. So we've got Ericura blossoming, and we've got Mercury mind. So I do feel that possibly for you, you are overthinking things quite a lot, or you could be using a tremendous amount of mental energy at this time. And while that is helpful in many situations, it does rule your sign. It's useful to balance things, but it's also necessary to also bring in humor, to also to keep things balanced, and keep yourself grounded. And I think this is why you've got Ericura here as well. So there may be some analyzing going on, some sifting and sorting, really reaching with your mind, a lot of research, a lot of networking, a lot of harnessing of your contacts. Anything to do with electronics and communication comes up with Mercury. But just be careful that you don't slip into the trap of overthinking everything. Rather, slip back into your heart, into your compassion, and just avoid overthinking or falling into the trap of that. And with Mercury already ruling your sign, you could also be going through sort of a lot of worrying, a lot of sort of unnecessary, sifting and sorting over too much. Rather ground yourself, return to nature. It's also got Ericura blossoming here. So you are just getting started. So have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. So she's saying that things may be a little bit tricky right at the moment. Certainly with Mercury, that can be the case. Mercury can be like that. A lot of twists and turns and walking your talk, and just a lot of mental energy. And that you could also be seeing a few truths coming out as well. Possibly that is the situation. But it's also the search for knowledge. It's learning, it's understanding, expression, and also talking to others, but also, sort of exchange of ideas and so on. So Ericura is saying, do not give up. All right. You're only just beginning your journey. You're only just starting. So, don't lose faith. Don't lose faith in yourself, and don't lose faith in the process. And this continual sifting and sorting, as I said, could actually exhaust you. So rather, slip back into faith. Ask your angels or your guides or your spirit team to assist you at this time. You're only just starting with whatever it is that's occurring, whether it's within the relationship or other aspects of your life that may be coming in. And have patience. And the things will fall into place when they're supposed to. And you can also delve into flower essences or flower remedies. There's the Bach flower remedies. There are essential oils. There are also flower essences. Any of those can help you. The Bach flower remedies are wonderful because they work on multiple levels within your body and within your emotions and in your mind. And you can use those to help you overcome, difficult work your way through difficult situations. But it's also about spending time in nature, spending time with flowers, potting, gardening, whatever it may be. Spend time amongst the flowers and in nature and in a garden area if you have one, because that is going to help to ground you, and it's going to help you to connect to the earth, which is very important, because then you connect to the earth's rhythms and to nature, and that helps to relieve this excessive mental, searching for information, or sifting and sorting, as I said, analyzing, lots of words, all of that. Sometimes that can put your, your nervous system under a lot of stress. So slip back into nature, come back into the heart, and spend time in nature and with flowers, or in, gardening or potting or whatever it may be. Even if you go to parks where there are, facilities like that, then do that, and that will help to balance. But do not give up. Whatever is occurring, things will sort themselves out. For your person, we've got here water element sensing. So they are also undergoing a few things at this time. What this is indicating, that there's low energy. They've got low energy at the moment. And what they will need to do is just pull back and actually spend time in quiet and in solitude if necessary, but just to pull back in their own time to actually sleep, recover, rest, but also to dream and to plan. All right. This is like a pause period before action. So that it's time to pull back, and put a few boundaries in place as well, because, this quiet, when people go quiet like this and sort of, more receptive, then, sometimes a few boundaries need to be checked and put in place so that others don't take advantage, or, you can be in quite a compassionate, mode with this water element. It's a very sensing, very instinctual, and a very, intuitive phase to be in, and other people pick that up, and sometimes they can take advantage. So make sure that this person's boundaries are strong, because they will need to pull back and actually spend time, connecting to the higher realms, higher self, consciousness, to the divine, heaven, spirit team, whatever it may be, because this is a wonderful time to harness imagination, inspiration, all of these lovely things. Any artistic or creative activities are well aspected under this situation. So if there is sort of storms going on, or aspects happening around which are difficult, then just allow the storms to go past. Just go with the flow, and move with that energy. And this is a wonderful time for, as I said, dreaming and planning, but also accessing higher consciousness, the universal consciousness. So with Rhiannon Sorceress, this is about manifestation. So this person needs to be doing this now. It's a very reflective period, and this is a wonderful time for that. There's a full moon here, so it's likely that something will come in or something will shift around about the full moon, and that is, as I said, on about the 27th of April. There's quite a bit of energy going on there. So this is about, this person needs to just tap into their magic, to be tuning into their own brand of magic. We all have our own brand of magic. It's about accessing that, spending time in nature again, and connecting with the higher mind as well. But it's saying you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So it is all about intentions. What are your intentions? What is this person's intentions at this time? If you are this person, then you may be wondering why they've pulled back. They've pulled back for a very good reason, is to just withdraw, because they need to harness their energy at this time, and they're processing. They need to be doing some processing in order to manifest. But this comes from positive thinking, positive words, and then that translates into, to positive manifestation. So this is a habit that each one of us has to get to. There could also be some communication involved here, just talking things through, or just, expression and change of ideas. But this can also be this person's, manifestation abilities, which come from positive thoughts and positive words. All right. So don't slip into negativity, and don't you also slip into negativity. Just have patience that things will work out, and just, don't give up. And it's the same much for this person. They're going to pull back. They need some time just to go through that pause period, that preparation period for when action does, actually come in. So there will be something coming in around about the full moon. Okay, now for the situation here, we've got Pele, divine passion, and we've got Mercury retrograde, reinvention. So some aspect of this situation is reflecting perhaps external circumstances, may be reflected back to you, or it could be within the relationship. But it's saying, Pele is saying divine passion. What is your true passion? So be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So within the relationship or with other aspects coming in, what is your heart's true desire? What is your heart telling you to do? And in some cases, for some of you, you may need to give yourself permission. So whether this is some aspect of the relationship, whatever it may, however it's coming to you, however it's resonating, what is your heart's true desire? There's some aspect that you are ignoring or procrastinating about, or you are suppressing. So this, as I said, could be within the relationship, or it could be one or either of you is experiencing this. So it's a case of giving yourself permission to express this and to allow this energy to come out. And whether this is, in the form of sensuality or sexuality, or whether it's to do with other aspects within the relationships, perhaps it's a creative or an artistic side, or it's some sort of form of expression which you haven't really followed up on, or you have been ignoring for some reason, or it could just be some other aspect of the relationship or some external factor which has a bearing on the situation, but you're ignoring it at the moment. So it's time to pull out, sort of this, your person may be doing a lot of thinking at the moment, and a lot of feeling, and a lot of accessing, because the water element is all about emotions and intuitions and instincts. And with the water element, logic is not going to work with this card. This is about instinctual feelings and emotions and intuitions. And so they may be speaking up about certain things, but I do feel that communication is going to be important, and it's about expressing what is most important, what is close to your heart. Whether this is relating to an activity, or a way of being, or a lifestyle, whatever it may be. Now, with Mercury retrograde reinvention, it's saying that there's some delays at the moment. There's delays in play, or frustrations where things are not going to plan right now. Now, with Mercury retrograde, this is again another pause period. So your person is already tapping into this, okay? Their energy is going to be low, so they need to pull back. And with the Mercury retrograde, this is a very good time to do that, because it's saying this is not a good time to be making big purchases or making big actions or initiating big things. It's a time for rest, to come back, to go over the plan again. So there may be a plan or something that you're initiating or something that you want to do, or it could be that you are waiting for communication or waiting for something from your partner or within the relationship. It could be documents or whatever it may be. Mercury's aspected again here, so it's definitely communication, document, contract based, whatever it may be. But there's some kind of repeat or reinvention or review, there's some other factor coming in here. But it's saying that don't initiate big actions while this energy is in play. Now, this could be for the whole period through to the next reading that I do. But 5 and 1 is 6, so possibly June something is going to come up, or you're planting the seeds now for something. So it could also be that, but it can also be that just to take some time. It could be 6 days, it could be 6 weeks, however it plays out. But take some time to go back over something that you're trying to initiate, because some refinement, anything with a re in front of it, so reinvention, repeat, refine, review, anything with a re in front of it, there's something that needs to be gone over again. Some part of this situation is needing to be refined or honed or double checked, because with Mercury retrograde, while this is going on, there can be glitches with the electronics, there can be glitches with conversations. You sometimes you're misunderstood or misinterpreted. Emails get lost or don't get sent, or they're just misunderstood. Communication can go awry under this period. But it can also be that just some aspect of a plan or something that you're working on here together. It could even be communication between you is a bit off. And it's a time to go back over. If you're dealing with paperwork or some big decision or something that you're trying to initiate, you need to go over the paperwork again and just check everything again, or aspects of conversation between you and another. Go over it again, because there's sometimes mistakes can be made or things can be overlooked under this energy. All right. So just double check, triple check everything. And it can also be that in some cases, somebody or something from the past can come up again. Now, it can be a past situation, or it can be somebody from the past that one or either of you or both of you have known, and the person pops back, or they come back via electronics, like on the internet or Facebook or whatever. They pop back in. But usually it's quite a helpful conversation or a helpful meeting, because they either deliver information to you, or you get closure about something, or it can be information, valuable information, which is needed. And then they move off again, or it could be a situation that is repeating. because there's something that needs to be delivered, or some news, or something needs to be sorted out with that that sort of action of coming back into your life. But overall, it's saying that there's some review required here, and to get in touch with your divine passion, what is really in your heart, what it really needs to be expressed, what really needs to be said, what really needs to be done. So think about that for yourself. Now, here for the sort of advice and sort of, just other factors coming in, we've got Vesta home, which is all about the home situation. So there's some sort of home change going to occur, whether this is some change within the home. You can take it as it resonates. It can sometimes be a renovation or some sort of change within the home. It can also be somebody is leaving or somebody is coming in. Or you could be relocating altogether. So just take it as, it could even be that you are painting or rearranging or changing something within your home situation. So your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. But it can also apply to a rearrangement or a renovation or some sort of change to do with the home. And we've also got here Pisces, I believe. So this is about faith. This is about having trust in the greater scheme of things from a belief point of view. All right. So belief in the universe, in your angels, in your spirit team, in God, whatever's your your go-to from a belief system point of view. But it can also be Pisces rules normally the 12th house, and that is your unconscious. So as I said, there may be aspects that need to come out, things that need to be said or need to be expressed or need to be dealt with. And that has already come up. So there are aspects that need to be checked or gone over. But just be careful with the Pisces energy. Sometimes sort of self-sabotage or self-undoing can come into the situation. And this kind of, it can be like programming, or it can be sort of deep, long-held beliefs that no longer serve you, or it could be something that you need to release right now. It's a way of thinking or an attitude or a belief system or a behavior or a habit. Something may come up for review during this period. But it's a very good time for that to come up and to be dealt with and to be looked at and to be seen and understood. There could be a little bit of confusion as well. So just be careful with communication all round at this time. Be very clear with your communication. That is certainly for you, because you've got Mercury there and there's Mercury retrograde. So communication is important. You've got a lot of blue in all your cards. Communication is very important. So it's important you sit and talk with your person, talk things through, work out what needs to be done, and don't be afraid to air or to speak up about certain things. This can also be spending time in retreat or sort of withdrawal mode or some sort of seclusion. So this could, as I said, it applied to your person, but it could apply to you as a couple, obviously, if you're together. And some aspect of this is saying just pull back, because it's a very good time for anything imaginative or artistic under the Piscean energy, because you're connecting to the higher realms. And so imagination is high, intuition is high, emotions are high, all of those. So for you, from that perspective, it's very good. But for other things that may be there may be external factors going on, be careful with confusion. Also be, falling prey to illusions of some sort. All right. Be very clear with the communication, very clear with what, what needs to be said and aired and what needs to come up to be dealt with. There could also be karmic things coming up, and this could be karmic issues. So this could be what you and your person are working on together this time around. You may have been together before, and this person could be a soulmate or a very deep bond with you. And they may, whenever you come into your life, you set up contracts with others where you deal with certain things and you work on certain issues. So things may be coming up at this time to be dealt with under the Piscean energy. It can also be about meditation, spiritual life, healing, mysticism. And with the healing energy, you've got Chiron coming up as well. So I do feel that there's a big opportunity for healing here. And this is healing of long-held or deep issues that are coming up, which need to be sorted out. Meditation is always very important, and will be a natural activity under the Piscean energy. It can also be the release of certain things like addictive behaviors. That can be to anything, really. It can be to overwork. It can be addiction to drama or to nitpicking. Certainly with Mercury energy, sometimes that can be like a lot of mental energy. But just be careful it doesn't sort of get out of control. And so addiction to whatever it is, whatever it could be, may come up, and this is a very good time to deal with certain things. It can also be that in some cases, some of you, if you are moving, that you may be relocating to a water body or to be near a water body. So whether that is a lake or the ocean or a river or whatever it is, for some of you that may be appropriate, or it could be that you just need to spend time next to a water body to enjoy, connecting to nature in that way. And certainly your person has got the water element, so that is going to come in as well.